Hey guys, Submoto here. So, a quick recap. I built a Suzuki GS 550 cafe racer. Not this bike. This is my trusty Yamaha SR. It's my backup bike. But I built the other bike, a Suzuki GS 550. I love that bike. But there's a bunch of stuff that kept going wrong with it, like mechanical problems. So I went ahead and sent it to a mechanic, and I talked to him today, and it turns out my carburetor, and this is a pretty common issue apparently, and for some reason nobody has been able to tell me that's what's been going on. They're like, there's something called a needle valve, I think, on a carburetor, and when those get worn out, they wreak all sorts of havoc. I can't wait to get my bike back, because I mean, as much as I like this bike, it's just a whole different experience. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was all the gear, all the time. At-gat. Hey, first motorcycle I've seen all winter. How you doing, dude? Cool. Shouldn't be called a motovlog, should be called a sitting in traffic vlog. I shall turn away from traffic, and I shall escape the evil. So yeah, so wearing your gear all the time. I mean, I don't want to be the guy who tells other riders to wear their gear, but you know, there's two sides to that. One thing is not getting involved in what other people wear, and just, you know, keeping to your own way of doing things. And the other thing is they're like human beings that have to pick your ass up whenever you do scrape your face off on the road. I mean, even such a thing, like for me, like a lot of guys, especially in like the cafe racer world, they wear open helmets. I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't want to fall on my face with an open helmet. I knew a guy in back when I used to live in Mexico. That had a girlfriend, and they went out riding, and he had a full face helmet on, and she had like his extra open face helmet. And sure enough, it was like pretty slow speed too, and they just fell off their bikes. And what happened? The guy with the full face helmet, nothing. I mean, just had bumps and bruises. But the chick, she just shaved her face off completely. There was like nothing left. So that really did spook me, and that's why I wear full face helmets. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to hate on guys that don't wear their gear, but people will do a lot of stupid shit just to look cool on their bikes, and you know, and myself included. I should probably wearing high-vis. I mean, I don't know. You hear a lot of guys talk about how high-vis can save the world. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm convinced, but still, there's a lot of stuff I could do differently. I wear a backpack. I probably shouldn't. I'm not saying I'm like perfect, but one thing's for sure: I want to keep my face whenever I take a tumble, and I want to keep my knees. And I definitely want to keep my hands. I mean, that's like, I'm a musician, so that's like my life right there. Look, there's a bike, another bike. I want to get, oh, yeah, I said I was going to get some, or I wanted to get some, what are they called? Rock jeans. And I just ordered some. I just ordered a pair of rock jeans. I hope they fit. I mean, I hope they, like the shape of them, I hope they're not too dorky, because a lot of those Kevlar jeans seem to be pretty dorky. But from what I hear, they're okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna get my first pair of Kevlar jeans. Can't wait. And that's gonna be cool in the summer, because usually I wear like these abrasive pants, and it is freaking hot. Like I mentioned earlier in another video, I kind of prefer riding in the winter than in the summer, simply because it's easier to regulate your temperature. That was like one of the issues I had. It's like my pants, they were always so freaking hot. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather be safe than look cool on my bike. I mean, nobody really gives a crap what you look like once you're on your bike. I don't even want to think what what it would be like to be one of those guys that has to, like an ambulance driver or whatever, that has to pick up motorcyclists. I've heard some real horror stories as far as that goes. Man, I would not want to be one of those guys. I mean, you may look like a badass on your bike with your open face helmet and your t-shirt and flip-flops and whatnot, but I mean, once you fall, you're not going to be that pretty. And I guess that's up to you, but and do take into consideration the people that will have to pick your ass up. If you just think like 50 years ago, back then you'd probably be considered a nut if you had like a full face helmet on, or you know, all sorts of like knee pads and crap. And even knee pads. I mean, I wear my knee pads on my jeans sometimes, and people look at me crazy. But you know, times have changed, so now it's okay to wear your gear, and it's okay to have a full face helmet. And sometimes I wonder what it's going to be like in like 100 years or something, even 50 years. Like, are we all going to be wearing like Kevlar body stocking or body suits or something? I don't know. Or like a force field generator on your helmet, so when you fall, you like float instead of hitting something. You just like float in midair. Remember those? What was that movie? It was like a computer game, and they made like a movie. At one point, they had like these soldiers, and they were like paratroopers or whatever. And whenever they would jump, they would just like fall, like free fall, and just right before hitting the ground, there would be like a force field, be like, and that's how they'd land. I was, oh man, that was so cool. I'd love to have that. Maybe they'll have like that kind of stuff on your gear, your motorcycle gear. That would be pretty cool. So until the year 2065, I guess I'll just be wearing my good old gear. Crap I'm used to. I was a cop. If I wave at a cop on a bike, he'll just kind of look at me like I raped his hamster or something. And I don't get it. I mean, is it illegal? I mean, are you not allowed to wave at cops? So anyway, yeah, so that's my 2 cents on the subject. So I guess the moral of the story is to each their own. I wear my gear, but there's a fine line between paranoid and careful. And the line is defined by the social norms of the day. How's that sound? Does that sound scientific enough? The science of ATGAT. Alright guys, well, I'm stuck behind a bus, so I might as well wrap it up. Remember to subscribe and ride, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.